Training camp is finally here, Vikings fans, and I couldn't be more excited. I felt like a little kid trying to fall asleep on Christmas Eve last night, knowing that I had some real football that I got to chop it up with you guys today. But my name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome into Vikings Now by Chat Sports. And on today's show, all the latest news, notes, and takeaways that I am hearing from day one of Vikings training camp, as it was technically day 4, but this was the first training camp period where media was allowed inside, so we got a deep dive look into what was going on. But hey, if you guys are excited about Vikings training camp, give me a skull down in the comments section. I want to see it flooded, as this was our first real taste of Vikings football. So spam the comment section for me and give me a skull down below. But the first thing I wanted to share with you guys, it was awesome. The Vikings paid an awesome tribute to Kyrie Jackson as they painted KJ, as you guys see on the middle of your screen right now. It is a sweet tribute to Kyrie Jackson. It's really awesome, and I've loved the way this Vikings organization has handled this tragedy. And, it's just cool at the Vikings. They always put, the right move ahead of everything. They always make the right decision in cases like this. So, shout out to the Minnesota Vikings, and, I just think it was a really awesome tribute that they paid for Kyrie Jackson, as I still get choked up, talking about that. But also, Kevin O'Connell did address the media before practice, and there was one interesting thing that he talked about that I wanted to share with you guys. He talked about the wide receiver 3, which we'll get to here in a second, but also he mentioned Ed Ingram. Ed Ingram was, very inconsistent player this past season. And Kevin O'Connell alluded to that. He said, what is the biggest step for Ed Ingram as he's entering year 3? It is going to be being a more consistent football player. And the biggest question with Ed Ingram over the past couple of seasons is the hills and valleys with his game. Kevin O'Connell's realized that. I'm sure Chris Cup, our offensive line coach, has realized that. So, good that the Vikings, are aware of the problem at that right guard spot of just the inconsistencies of Ed Ingram. But here are my top takeaways from day 1 of Vikings training camp. I got 5 of them. And number 1 here is J.J. McCarthy shines. He looks the part, and, people throw around the word aura a lot, just another word from swag, but he has it. He walks around the football field. He walks around practice, chest out, very confident guy, and he just looks like a sponge out there on the football field, trying to get tips and tricks from guys like Darnold, Nick Mullins, Kevin O'Connell, quarterbacks in the league who have done it. And, there is this important change to J.J. McCarthy's mechanics. So we heard reports about this early on in the offseason, but J.J., when he is in shotgun, he normally has his feet perfectly aligned. But now he is having his left foot forward when he is in shotgun. It is just, pretty important for the Vikings offense. Just easy handoffs that way, as, if you're running or if you're having run plays out of the shotgun, it's just easier to have your left foot forward. And this also sets up the possibility of a lot of read options. And I think the Vikings are going to add that wrinkle to the playbook with a more athletic quarterback in Sam Darnold, in J.J. McCarthy. So that was an important change that I wanted to get to you guys. But hey, also Alec Lewis, please give him a follow on Twitter if you guys haven't already. He is awesome. He is at Vikings training camp. He does a great job of consolidating, the news and rumors from that period. And he tweeted this out during training camp. He said, nice J.J. McCarthy throw over the middle, seed to Lucky Jackson, about a 12 to 18-yard dig, on the money with some juice. And that has also been my biggest takeaway, around, all these clips that I've seen around J.J. McCarthy coming out from day 1. He has major juice on the football. And, Blake Cashman was on a podcast early on this offseason talking about the zip that McCarthy has on the football. He mentioned how, windows close faster, obviously, in the NFL compared to the college game. And, hey, JJ, he has enough zip where, it shouldn't be a problem, here in the NFL. But he's looking the part. He looks great. And I just cannot wait for that first preseason game versus the Las Vegas Raiders. And we can really see number 9 display his abilities in full. But another quarterback that was lighting it up, man, Sam Darnold. And, we were hearing in past years, whether he's with the Niners, the Panthers, or even dating back to his days with the Jets, that Sam Darnold is a tremendous training camp, mini camp, OTAs quarterback. He always looks the part, but it always comes down to those games where if he's able to, maintain what he's been doing in practice and carry it over to Sundays. But again, my man Alec Lewis tweeted this out. Sam Darnold just drilled Justin Jefferson on a deep play action over the top. 50-plus yards in the air. Beautiful ball. Justin caught it and skipped around we're back. And also a key note here, I cannot wait to see the first Gritty. I doubt we're going to get in the preseason. He probably won't play, but man, once we get that first Gritty week 1 against the New York Giants, it is going to be awesome. But yeah, Sam Darnold, the other clips I saw, he just puts a lot of zip on the football, and it comes out super easy. Like, he's got a super repeatable motion when he's throwing the football. No real concerns around Darnold. It's just going to be, the biggest question with him is, can he do it in the game? And with how good Darnold has looked during day 1 and how good he's looked in past years in training camp, I think it's going to be really, really hard for J.J. McCarthy, to beat him out for that spot. But my third takeaway from just, collecting news and notes from day 1 of training camp is Justin Jefferson is the no doubt leader of this football team. And, I think Jefferson was going to have to, take on a shoulder of that responsibility once Kevin O'Connell or once Kirk Cousins did leave for the Atlanta Falcons in free agency. And, he was just looking the part. Like, just seeing him interact with his teammates, like, they know he is the best football player on this team. They know he is the best, the top leader on this football team. So I cannot wait to watch him ball out, stepping into this true leader form, in, what is this, year 5 he's entering right now, or year 4 he's entering right now, which is absolutely incredible. So I can't wait to see number 18 ball out this season. But hey, you guys name a player for me. What player are you most excited to watch this season? Even though I just said Justin Jefferson, I'm going to make a little tidbit on this. You guys are not allowed to say Justin Jefferson. But give me a player you are most excited to watch this upcoming year. Now, I do want to give a big-time shout-out to today's presenting sponsor, and that is Game Time, the best ticket purchasing app out there right now. And if you guys use promo code ChatSports on your first purchase, we will hook you guys up with $20 off. Again, terms apply. Promo code CHATSPORTS, and we'll give you guys $20 off your first purchase. Hey, if you guys want to go see a Minnesota Twins baseball game this summer, tickets are pretty cheap. Normally floating around $20. You guys use that promo code ChatSports on your first purchase. You guys can go see a Twins game for damn near nothing. Or whether it's a future concert, whether it's a theater event, anything that requires buying a ticket, Game Time is the best way to do so. And my favorite part of the Game Time app is that you guys can actually see the view from your seat when you're in the app. It shows you if you're going to be blocked off by any random polls or what the view is of the event that you guys are watching. It is awesome. It is the number one way to buy a ticket to any event out there. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code ChatSports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. I'll put that link for you guys in the comments section and description of today's show. So another takeaway I had from day 1 was who is going to be wide receiver 3. And actually, Kevin O'Connell, during his press conference before the first training camp session, he had this to say about the battle. Again, coming in from Alec Lewis, give him a foul. He is awesome. As he says, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell was asked about the wide receiver 3 spot. He mentioned Brandon Powell, Trent Sherfield, and Jalen Naylor, and some practice squad options like Thayer Thomas, Malik Nolas, and Lucky Jackson. But this was the quote. He said, it's looking for a versatile, all-down skill set that could come from committee. And that's kind of where I stand right now in the wide receiver 3 spot. I think it is going to be a wide receiver by committee. I think we're going to see some games where Jalen Naylor gets that nod. Some games Brandon Powell gets that nod. Maybe the Vikings, see the weakness on the opposing team's defense as they can't guard the run too well. Then I would see a guy like Trent Sherfield, a more physical receiver who excels in the run blocking game. I could see them, maybe him getting the nod in that situation. So no real news on who's emerged as a true leader for the wide receiver 3 spot, but, yet again, I think the Vikings are fine. You got the 2 top dogs in Jefferson and Addison. That's why I've been kind of in the camp that I don't necessarily think they should go out and get a Hunter Renfrow or a Michael Thomas. And also this point here, I've been saying that it is going to be Sherfield, Powell, or Jalen Naylor at that wide receiver 3 position. And that's what Kevin O'Connell said at his press conference today. But my 5th takeaway, and, this isn't a football, takeaway here. It's just, from what I've seen, from the energy around the team, vibes are high. Like, you go look at this Vikings offseason. You let Kirk Cousins walk. You let Danielle Hunter walk. You let go of some foundational pieces of this team over the last couple of years. But what did he do? You signed a great bridge quarterback in Sam Darnold. You got Aaron Jones to fix the run game. You drafted your franchise quarterback potentially in J.J. McCarthy. You brought in some elite defenders during free agency. Grenard, Van Ginkel, Cashman. Then you were also able to get a franchise edge rusher in the draft in Dallas Turner. Then you paid Justin Jefferson and Christian Darrisaw, the two staples of this offense moving forward. And it gets me to this. I think the Vikings are going to shock a lot of people in the NFL this season, because if you guys go look on social media, watch any other talk show that just covers the NFL in general, and they are ranking their top teams in the NFC North, I guarantee you, every single prediction you look at, the Vikings will finish last. The Bears, every single year the Bears do this. They act like they're winning the Super Bowl in the offseason, and, I understand. They had a good offseason. But what about the Packers? They had a good 9-game run. It's not like they came on the scene hot last season in the NFL. So I think the Vikings are really going to turn a lot of heads this season and really shock the NFL this upcoming year. But we do have some injury news. It was unfortunate. Mekhi Blackmon did go down, calling it a lower body injury. There's speculation that it's a left knee injury right now. So if we get any more news, I will keep you guys posted about that. But just want to get you guys that news there. Mekhi Blackmon did hit the deck today with a lower body injury. But I'm going to have my real one roll call today be this. There's one team I would love to see finish last in this division the most. It would be the Green Bay Packers. So if you guys made it to the end of today's show, just give me an FGB down in the comments section. And I promise you, I will get down in the comments with you and give you guys an FGB right back. So F the Green Bay Packers, type that down below in the chat, and I'll show you guys some extra love down there. But guys, I'm also going to be tweeting out every training camp clip you need to see around the Minnesota Vikings. So, hey, if you guys want more Vikings content on your timeline, that's my Twitter handle right there, @PatSieps. If you guys give me a follow, I'll give you a follow back. But thank you guys so much for watching today's show. See you guys next time. Skol Vikes.